Hello interwebs, welcome to Drunk Door Willie's, home of Ian Shepherd and Errol Shepherd. Today we will be discussing the magical world of music and movies combined.
Music in movies?
Just smashing together. Of course, all movies have music in them, but we're specifically talking about cameos from actual real-world bands.
Performing live.
Performing in the movies. Not their songs in the movies, yeah. Performing in the movies.
Yeah. So let's dive into our top 10 real bands in movies. The Apatow Troupe gave us what you'd expect from a movie about the end of the world, with Seth Rogen, James Franco, and even Jonah Hill playing themselves.
Along with a lot of other famous, relatively famous actors, celebrities playing themselves.
That's right, you got Rihanna,
Michael Cera,
Emma Watson.
Wrong? I just had you guys talking about which one of you is gonna get to rape me.
Hell, you even got Channing Tatum in there.
Hey, what's up, man? Y'all cool?
But the biggest and most surprising cameo in the movie would have to be the appearance of the Backstreet Boys in heaven.
Oh my God, we're back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody sing.
Performing Backstreet's Back, if I'm not mistaken.
Alright.
And if that sounds weird and totally out of place, that's because it is. And we love it. So what would a great spy movie be without a great soundtrack? And even though the first Austin Powers does have the distinction of featuring songs by Strawberry Alarm Clock, the Divinals, and Quincy Jones and his orchestra's Soul Bossa Nova, the second edition of the film, The Spy Who Shagged Me, was not afraid to outdo itself.
More like outshag itself.
Shut up.
Oh. Well then, I can't tell the beautiful people, all the great artists featured in the Austin Powers Spy Who Shagged Me, how you pulling my hair, soundtrack as well. Such as R.E.M. and The Who. But what would a great spy satire sequel be without a cameo from not only one, but two musical greats? Yes, I am talking about the lovely Elvis Costello and Burt Bacharach.
So for at least until tomorrow, I never fall in love again.
Singing I Will Never Fall in Love Again, and even breaks the fourth wall to further shove the musical awesomeness in your face.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Burt Bacharach and Mr. Elvis Costello.
Coming in at number 8 is Biodome, starring the tour de force that is Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin.
Excuse me, miss, are you tired?
I beg your pardon?
Are you tired?
No, why?
Because you've been running through my mind all day?
This movie has the very special honor of showing us a live performance of Kyle Gass and Jack Black's band, Tenacious D.
Need us to save some trees. We just want to save some trees. Don't say we didn't save some freaking trees.
That's right, kids. Don't blink, you'll miss it.
Yeah, it's there for about 5 seconds. But I think that's what makes the cameo so special, you know?
It was ahead of its time.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really was aware of Tenacious D at the time, and also, you know, one of those Jack Black roles before he became a big movie star. Kind of like
Waterworld.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? What do you get when you take a 90s teen movie and mix it a little Shakespearean drama?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Well, I was thinking more.
Oh, starring also Julia Stiles. Romeo and Juliet. Romeo plus Juliet. She's the man.
The answer is get over it.
Oh.
No, get over it. A story about a sad bastard played by Ben Foster who gets dumped and, thanks to the persuasion of Kirsten Dunst, decides to perform in a school's rendition of A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's like a play within a play, like in the actual play, only this play is a play within a movie, which is based on a play.
Directed by Martin Short.
My head hurts. Did we mention that Ben Foster's homeboy is played by Cisco?
Yeah, and don't blink back in the 90s or you'll miss that Cisco is even a thing. And did we mention also that Kirsten Dunst's homegirl, played by Mia Kunitz?
Does she dance? No, but Cisco
Yes,
does.
she does. She
Damn
kind
it.
of danced a little bit with Cisco. Mia Kunitz, Cisco dancing together.
The point is, Cisco dances. The main reason this movie is on our list is because it features the 90s sensation Vitamin C doing what they do best and covering other bands. In this case, the song Love Will Keep Us Together by Captain and Tennille.
Don't mess around, you just gotta be strong, just stop, 'cause I really love you, stop, I've been thinking of you.
The very end of the movie also has Cisco singing as well with Vitamin C.
Once again, it's a cover.
September by Earth, Wind & Fire.
Coming in at number 6 is Bassketball, featuring one of the 90s quintessential ska bands, Real Big Fish, playing two of their more popular songs, Sell Out and Beer.
I say she never cared and that she never will. Do it all again, I guess I'll have to wait until then. If I get drunk, well, I'll back out on the floor now, baby. You won't bother me no more.
A movie written by Matt Stone and Trey Parker of South Park fame. The movie oozes with 90s goodness and also gets a bonus for its obscurity.
The movie, if you haven't heard of it or seen it, is based on a sport that the two main characters played by Matt Stone and Trey Parker created, mixing baseball and basketball, and also insulting each other and trying to mess each other up. And the official basketball band in the movie is Real Big Fish.
Yeah. Also 90s and maybe a little bit obscure. Not sure if anybody knows them as much. But for real big fans such as ourselves, it's a special treat to see them in a movie.
Yes.
Back to the Future 3, a movie taking place in the Wild West in 1885. You wouldn't expect to see a real band perform, yet here we are. That's right, ZZ Top is in this movie, helping celebrate an old western town hootenanny in 1885. A year, sources tell me, just in. It's not a year ZZ Top was performing.
Nonetheless, the movie makes it work, giving the band acoustic instruments and more traditional drum, and also throwing in a couple of fiddle players, you know, for the old-timey feel.
For all them old folks.
And it's a great listen.
Yeah, it's clever, it's completely out of left field, and our number 5 on this list.
And you can't beat those beards.
Before making a living playing with toys and ruining our childhood, Seth Green starred in this cult horror movie about a possessed hand. No, not that one.
That's right, in this lesser-known 90s movies, things reach a climax of the high school Halloween dance, where somehow the school was able to afford, of all people, the band Offspring. Oddly enough, they didn't perform one of their hit songs, or even one of their songs at all, but a cover of the Ramones' I Wanna Be Sedated.
24 hours ago, I wanna be sedated, nothing to do, nowhere to go, I wanna be sedated.
As a bonus, the singer for Offspring gets scalped by a possessed hand.
That's fun.
Not as fun as Jessica Alba's dancing. I'll just leave this here. Don't Don't you hate those scenes in movies that don't seem to serve any purpose to the rest of the plot? Well, an entire movie based around just that concept was what director Michelangelo Antonioni had in mind for this 1966 film, Blow Up.
This very avant-garde story revolves around a photographer named Thomas and some weird stuff like mimes, buying a propeller at an antique store, and
Possibly a murder mystery?
maybe.
One such non sequitur involves Thomas stumbling into a live performance of a rock band. And just look how much fun everyone's having. Just jumping for joy and audio ecstasy.
The Who was one of director Antonioni's first choices, along with Velvet Underground. But after neither of them showed up for various reasons, we instead get a special appearance from the fairly obscure band The Yardbirds, at number 3 on our list.
Wait a minute, you might be asking yourself. Why is number 3 some nobody 60s band, you dapper piece of fine art, you? And to that I say, thank you, sir, that's very kind of you.
What he's trying to say is two of the Yardbirds members in this scene are Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck, two of Rolling Stone's top 100 guitarists of all time. Fun fact, well, also one-time member of the Yardbirds is a little guitarist you might know of, Slowhand, aka Eric Clapton. He's not in this movie, but he was in the lineup at one point.
It's fun to mention.
Yeah. Rodney Dangerfield stars in this movie about a father going back to college and embarrassing his son as his fellow students.
This movie makes the list for having a live performance by Oingo Boingo. Who is Oingo Boingo? A not-so-little band in the 80s, most noted for their song Dead Man's Party, which is performed by them in the movie. And being fronted by Danny Elfman, the composer of the Simpsons theme song, and anything musically related to Tim Burton's repertoire.
Comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying.
Rodney Dangerfield and the man who sang as Jack Skellington are two people you would never imagine seeing at the same party.
And also Iron Man doing this.
Oh, do me.
Remember when we mentioned 90s high school movies and Shakespeare adaptations? Well, at number 1 on our list, we have 10 Things I Hate About You.
I have a dick on my face, don't I?
Based on Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew, 10 Things I Hate About You, like other movies in our list, all the other movies in our list, featuring bands who were big at the time performing live. Because apparently going to high school in the 90s meant you run into all kinds of famous ska bands and pop bands, even though that wasn't my experience. This movie stars two prominent actors of today, Heath Ledger and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and also the inexplicably not famous Larissa Oleynik.
Which both her and Joseph Gordon-Levitt were in Third Rock from the Sun.
Playing boyfriend and girlfriend as they do in this movie.
And Heath Ledger was Joker in Dark Knight Rises.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, a cop who potentially became Robin. We may never know.
Robin and Joker went to high school together.
Batman Rises. Dark Knight Rises.
But the high school in this movie apparently had a pretty large budget, because for prom, not only did they get alternate rock sensation Letters to Cleo, but they also managed to get the singer for the alternative rock sensation, Sid Ferris, who got their name from the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, by the way. Both performing together for the song Cruel to Be Kind. Again, proving that high school in the 90s was the only time going to a high school dance was worth the awkward socializing.
Also, the cherry on top for this being our number 1 is Letters to Cleo performing Cheap Trick's I Want You to Want Me over the end credits on the roof of the school.
Yeah. Pulling the Beatles.
In Seattle.
So that was our top 10 bands, but not just any bands, bands performing in movies. What did you think of our list? Let us know. Like, subscribe, really helps me out. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
I care. You should like and subscribe if you like, and subscribe us.
Yeah, we're also on the Twitters if you want to let us know there. Also get some updates on whatever's happening on the channel. More movie reviews, more what have yous, top 10s. Got a lot of top 10s, so stay tuned for that.